Let's go another one. I'm not podcasting. Dating. I've been doing it. I've actually gone on a couple. Well, I did one, formal date and then one meet and greet so far. As I decided to get myself back out there again. And all I gotta say is this. Now I know for myself, I am probably pretty broken when it comes to relationships because I never really had a serious relationship. Believe it or not, you know, I'm a little too caught up in my industry here of doing radio and podcasting. As you know, I that's all I do. It's what I consume my life of, right? That's what I take care of. That's what consumes me. So for me to go ahead and put love and relationships into the mix of what I do, keeping myself so busy, cramped in this bedroom studio, doing these podcasts for all of you to go ahead and check out wherever you might be listening from, because I think that's the other thing. It's a fascinating thing to find out where all of you are listening to this show from. I'd love to know. By the way, if you want to go ahead and reach out to me, if you have anything you want me to go ahead and ask the King of Podcasts, I would love to go ahead and answer a question for you on the air. That's a great idea. If you're interested, I want to do this. I want those of you listening into the program, whether it's a dating comment or question, or anything when it's, any of the stuff we talk about when I'm not podcasting, when it's cannabis, when it's, TV and movies, music and radio, when it comes to, anything culture related. You know what I talk about on the show. I want you to ask me questions or ask me to comment on something that might be interesting to you. And I want you to email me, kingofpodcasts@yahoo.com. Again, kingofpodcasts@yahoo.com. And when you do that there, then I can go ahead and name, whoever you are, whatever you want to call yourself, and you send me the question or comment, and I'll read it as a separate segment of when I'm not podcasting, and it'll go up everywhere you find it. And you could share it with everybody and say, hey, I got my question asked on by King of Podcasts on his When I'm Not Podcasting series. What a great idea. So for those of you out there that are interested, have a little engagement, a little bit of, audience participation, if you will. I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. So anyway, like I said, now, I might be a little bit broken when it comes to dating and relationships, but that doesn't mean the others out there are not the same way. So let's talk about it. BuzzFeed talks about how dating app employees are sharing their darkest secrets. And they talk about the fact of how some used to create fake accounts and chat with users. I know that's still a fact. There's a viral Reddit thread asking employees behind some of the biggest dating apps to spill their secrets. I like the fact that it's being exposed because now we're learning some of the ghosting, some of the fake profiles that are out there and what they're doing. Like, it's pretty interesting now. So the question was asked, what's the most insane user stat or behind the scenes fact that you found out about? So here are just some of the secrets. Number one, this is an obvious one. The amount of unsolicited dick pictures men would send women, not even accompanied by any words, was horrifying. I mean, you'd expect it because online dating is a cesspool. They said cesspit. Cesspool is the correct term. But the sheer amount will still surprise you. I had to look at each reported picture and say, yes, that's a penis. That must have been a woman that answered that. Another person wrote, we used to create fake accounts and chat with users. It was everything from someone having a premium account that wasn't getting responses to bored employees. Another one, we had a murder on our platform. The top of the company got interviewed as witnesses. To be honest, there wasn't really anything we did or could have done about it, but it's crazy to think about. The algorithms, and another response, are less sophisticated than you think. The main goal of the algorithm is to get you to pay. Never to actually ensure you meet someone in real life, as much as we try to lie to ourselves that it was. Another one says that female dating app users tend to sign off for the day several hours earlier than male users. So men who log in about 10 p.m. generally not encountering many logged in female users. To keep the men feeling that there's genuine female activity, dating apps can pay for entire armies of ghosts. Ghost profiles use photos of real women but are operated by men, typically young men in their late teens and 20s living in France, Serbia, Ukraine, and Russia. Yes, some of you might think you'd be talking to a woman. Well, maybe it's not just a catfish. Maybe it's a dude. Yeah. Another one, many apps seed attractive bots to keep people engaged. The bots will send and respond a couple of questions, substandard. How was your week? What are you looking for? And then ghost. But of course, when I see those, I know that's what it is. It's like you can just see it. So another one says they ran operations for an online dating company, and they were able to determine that it takes on average about 3 days before sex happens. That's an interesting stat, but that's like on average anyway, right? Normally. Another one says men get very few matches regardless of how good their profile is. Women get a lot of matches, but most of those matches are useless. Another one says women frequently lie about their age and weight, and men lie about their height and salary. The big problem that women are almost inundated with DMs while most men get none. Another one says, I have a friend who works for a dating app. What is important is that her entire job is to remove inappropriate images. Her job is to look at dick pics all day, 5 days a week, just a weird effing job. And then, let's see, a few more I want to get into. Okay, people get scammed often. Lonely people are vulnerable and get scammed out of money and gifts. Another stat that they said was guys swipe 47% on profiles, 47% of profiles. Women only swipe on 12%. Another one, men like way more indiscriminately than women. Some would say men are less picky, but that would imply a selection process more rigorous than are they hot. And another one says, my roommate used to work at one of the big dating apps, and one of the issues they had was the algorithm changed at one point to more emphatically enforce dating pools, where people who got more right swipes would only see profiles of people who get more right swipes. So the idea would be put people in similar tiers to actually match. One big issue was, well, racial preferences or sexual racism being amplified as a result. Black women and Asian men, especially, were being overwhelmingly shuffled down the algorithm because there's a lot of people who basically automatically swipe left on them as soon as they see a black woman or Asian man, even if they were hot as hell. Wow. And people were racist way more than I thought. And then another one person says, I tested the communication feature for a dating company. The message exchange function needed to be flawless. Except in this case, the requirement was to establish a relationship with the user, usually 3 on the go simultaneously, and keep it going for about 2 months. Fake identity used, of course, months. I researched the person, likes, dislikes, interests, and so on. A whole fake relationship was built, and then after the test run was over, I'd ghost them, delete my profile, and move on to the next subject. That is messed up. These people are doing profiles and they're on there and they're having full-fledged conversations. Full catfish. That is incredible. Now, okay. One more. Customer complaints were fun, they said. The staff in the department were insane because they had seen and heard everything. The only way you got a refund is if you figured all of the women were fake. And there you go. What an interesting story. So there's more on the Reddit article. You can just look for it on the BuzzFeed article from there. Just look for it on the bottom. Anyway, I thought that was a cool little thing to talk about. And, of course, remember, like I said at the top of this program, I want to hear from you. So questions, answers, anything at all, please email me, kingofpodcasts@yahoo.com. I'll add that information into the description here so that you can go ahead and pass it along to others and to yourself. And if I like one, I will go ahead and answer or comment on it on another edition of When I'm Not Podcasting. Until next time.